darker color, we're going to start with it. You're going to do a slip knot, and I'm choosing 6 times 7 plus 2. So 42 plus 2 is 44. Half double crochet into the third loop from my hook. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to half double in there, like so. And then I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna do that to get a total of 6, including this part right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 3 more. 4, 5, and 6. But now we're gonna switch the color. So when you have 3 loops on your hook, you're going to grab your medium color yarn, your in-between color, which is probably the lighter color, not the white one. And you're gonna loop that on your hook like so, and you're just gonna pull it through like that. When you are doing the front panel, which is what we're doing right now, this is the easier way to make it so that the front doesn't show the color we're trying to hide. And I mean, you don't have to do it this way, but it makes it look a lot better. When you go into doing your half double, you pull through, and this is already secured there. So push that to the back. It's like you're going counterclockwise with how you're turning it. So you're turning it this way, which is this one, and we pull through. I'm going to keep doing that just so I can show you guys what I mean. Go back in to get the half double crochet started, and I'm pulling these threads to make sure that they are weaved in, and when I'm about to go through with going all in, I'm turning it counterclockwise, pushing it to the back, and I'm not continuing to weave in. And you can't see the pink. You can't see the pink through here, but you can see it through here. Let's do that again. Weave in these colors, and then stop, push it to the back once, and pull through. This ends up happening here with the colors. They end up twirling. Instead of changing the yarn ball over and over and over again, I just like turn my work a few times to unravel it, but also to pre-ravel it so that I don't have to continue doing this. So I'm just like continuing to turn it clockwise so that when I turn it counterclockwise, then it'll just go back to normal eventually. We have 3 more. 1, and then go counterclockwise. You're turning away from you. Boom. That's 4. This is 5. Turn it away from you. And boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one. But this time we go like this, and we turn it again, but we are switching like that. And there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it looks perfect. And that's the way we want it. And then we're gonna do 6 more with this color. Turn the colors. 1, And you're just gonna do this all the way down. Okay, so this is reaching out to the finale. So when you're doing the last 6, I switched to my last color, and I'm actually not gonna have to worry about the whole switching the colors with the counterclockwise or whatnot, because I'm not gonna carry the color through, and I'll show you why in a minute. But you just continue with your regular colors and not worrying about carrying it with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to chain 1, and you're going to flip your work. When you flip it, it's counterclockwise, going that way. And we are no longer working in the front side of our front panel. We're working through the back of it. And when you're working through the back of it, you no longer have to switch the colors counterclockwise, because if you were to do that with the back panel, then it would show up in the front. The pillow actually has ridges on the front panel, and if you don't want the ridges, then you can skip this step. But if you do want the textured look, I'm going to show you how to achieve that. So you are going to yarn over and half double into where you're supposed to, but you're going to grab the bottom loop here and the top loop here instead of going through it to get the top 2. So you're going to go under, you're going to go under here and grab those side 2. Like that. And you're just going to keep doing that when you are working in the back side of the front panel. I'm on my sixth chain, my 6th half double, and I'm going to grab the lighter color to switch to it. That's why we didn't need to carry it through. And you're just going to use that color now. And so now we no longer have to worry about changing the color counterclockwise, because we're not working in the front side like I had mentioned previously. You're going to continue to grab the front 2 loops, which is like a V, and when you do that, you're going to weave in this end and hold it down. And I'm not going to turn these that way. I'm going to stay put, keep holding it, yarn over, and pull through. And that's how it's going to go. You're going to continue to do it that way for the back side of this panel. What that does is, it kind of does that, but if you just, this is what I mentioned earlier with the text. If you pull this, it's gone. And that's what we want. So you're going to have to continue pulling this as you go, but keep in mind, if you pull it too tightly, this will leave an indentation here. Let me show you. You can see that it leaves a little curve in here, and it's not the end of the world, but try not to pull it so hard that it will leave that curve there, because you'll be able to see that in the finished result. I'm so sorry if I keep going off frame. That's not my intention. And now I'm going to switch the colors, just to switch the color. And when you look at the front, again, that keeps happening, and that's okay. Because if you just pull this, it ends up straightening itself out. Since my yarn is fluffy, it's going to be more challenging to see the color through. If your yarn is not fluffy, however, you might deal with more issues with hiding this yarn. The method that I am showing you is the best one that I know of for hiding the yarn. And now I'm going to continue in this darker color, going in the front 2 loops. So I'm going on to my last little square, and I'm also going to do the same thing where I don't pull through or I don't weave in the other color because I'm going to use it on the next round over. And I'm just going to continue my 6 half doubles, like so. And when you reach the finale, you're gonna go through the chain 2 that you did before. You're gonna treat it like a half double crochet. You're just gonna go through what you can, which is try to aim for the same 2 loops that we have been going through before. And chain 1, turn your work the other way, and we're going to continue. And now we are working in the front part of the front panel. And because of that, you're no longer going to be grabbing the front 2 loops like we've been doing, like that, but you're going to be grabbing the back loop, just the singular back loop, like so. If you're going to go through the top loops like usual crochet patterns tell you to, instead of going through both, you're just going to go through the back one. Back loop. And you're going to do this pattern for the front part of the panel. And then we're going to be switching the color. And remember, when we're working with the front part of the panel, that's when we change these counterclockwise when we are going through the motions. So I change the color, and since I'm carrying this one through, go through the back loop, yarn over, pull through, and change the color counterclockwise and go back to the original color. So I don't mean change the color, I mean just switch them. So yarn over, pull through, you have 3 loops, and then counterclockwise so that you end up with the same color. And there you go. And you're probably going to be seeing the color that you're trying to hide, but again, if you just pull, it should go away. Ta-da! And you're just going to keep going through with this pattern. Change counterclockwise, and yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. There you go. And you are going to continue this pattern until you reach the point where your blocks, these are blocks, look like a square. For me, since I'm going to be dealing with fluffier yarn, it takes up more space. So I'm actually stopping this when I reach 4 rows in total. I'm on my 3rd row, so on my next one over is when I finish. If you have regular yarn, you're going to probably want to do the same amount that is the width. So we did 6 half doubles. You're going to want to do 6 rows. I have not done this pattern with regular yarn, so I might be wrong on that, but however many rows you need to do to be able to get a perfect square. And I'll meet you once I finish this row, and I'm going to be changing the color palette. I'm going on to my last half double stitch, and once you do that, you're going to yarn over and pull through so that you end up with 3 loops on your hook, and you're going to switch out the color. Don't forget to pull it before you chain 1. Pull this so that goes away, and then chain 1, turn your work. And we are no longer going to be using the dark color for this new color palette, so we can go on and cut this. You don't have to cut it very long. It'll just be weaved in when we make the border. continue the same type of pattern that we've been doing. We're working in the back loop of this front panel. Unless you're working in the back, you're going to do that. Here we go. And you're going to do this on top of the darker color. For me, it's pink. We're going to change the color. You're going to change it to white. You're going to loop this over that hook and pull it through like that. Now we're going to work with white. Weave in these two strands and then go counterclockwise and pick up the white color again and pull through. And you're going to go over the medium color block with the white, and you're going to go over the dark color with the medium color. You're just going to continue to do this throughout the entirety of the project. So do 4 rows of this, or however many rows to get a good sized block, and then switch back to this color palette, and so on and so on. So there's not much more to that than that, and I will meet you at the end when we have to go over how to do a border for this panel. This is the back of my first pillow that I made, and I actually just chained up to here and I just single crocheted all the way around. And you can totally do this with your pillow if you want this type of look, but today I'm actually going to be showing you how to make a square, granny square. You can start off by making a magic circle. I've learned that with fluffy yarn, magic circles can tend to be hard to do because it's just so hard to pull it, make it tight. So I'm actually just going to chain 4. Do a slip knot. And I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And every time that I'm chaining or doing some sort of a stitch, I like to make sure that I go all the way down here so that it stretches out the loop, so that it's easier for the next time I'm going around in it. And so now I'm going to slip stitch in the first loop that I made. And I'm going to chain 3. That's 2 chains is a double crochet, and then 2 extra chains is a chain 2. So I'm going to chain 3 inside of, I'm going to double crochet 3 times inside of this circle. So here we go, we got 1, 2. I'm sorry if it looks like it's hard to understand what I'm doing. Fluffy yarn is kind of hard to see, but I show you I'm doing the right thing. And then the last one. Boom. And while I'm going, I'm actually leaving it in, that's why you might see this kind of sticking out there. And then I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. And then after I did my 3 double crochet and chain 2, I'm going to do my 3 double crochet again. So 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to chain 2 again and do 3 double crochet again. 1, 2, and 3. This is kind of what it should be looking like, just probably less fuzzy if you're not doing it with fuzzy yarn. 2 chains and 2 double crochet, because this counts as a double crochet. So here is our first and our second. Our second. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the chain 4 that we did. And just to make sure that I'm doing it right, this is, because it's hard to see, this is the first double crochet, and we need 2 chains before it. So 1, 2, and that's where you're going to slip stitch. Go ahead and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna do 2 double crochets into this hole, this corner hole, and for each double crochet you're gonna double crochet. So start with 2 double crochet in this corner hole. 1, 2, and then double crochet in the 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then again, you're going to double crochet twice in this corner hole. 1, 2. And now you're going to chain 2. And you're going to continue doing the same thing that we did here all the way around. So we're going to start that same pattern of 2 double crochet in the hole, 3 double crochets, and then 2 double crochets in the hole. So 1, 2, then double crochet in the double crochet, my favorite to do. 1, 2, and 3, and then double crochet in the corner, double crochet in the corner holes. 1 and 2. I'm now on the last edge, so I have to chain 2, and then 2 double crochets in the corner. 1, 2, and then now I have 3 double crochet left. Okay, sometimes you have to move them over. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. You might be like, well, what is this part going to be? 3. I'm going to explain it in a second. 3. So far, what we've been doing is in each corner, we have 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So a total of 4 double crochet in each corner. Over here, we have 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have to do 1 more double crochet in this corner. I know it kind of looks funky, like this one is kind of coming out from the side, but just do it anyway and it should work out just fine. I'll just slip stitch into the first one I see after that. And then you're going to chain 4 again, and we're just doing the same thing that we've been doing so far. 2 double crochet in the corner, the 7 double crochet, the 2 double crochet in the corner, the chain 2, the 2 double crochet in the corner, 7 double crochets, and then you're just going to keep going with that pattern. And then keep in mind that when you get to the end, this guy that you started with the chain 4, that's supposed to be the chain 2 in the corner and then a double crochet. And you're just going to keep doing that until you reach the desired width and length of whatever cushion you have, whatever pillow you have. So I'm actually in the process of moving right now, and I accidentally, not so accidentally, put my camera equipment away. So I actually don't have a tripod to film this anymore. So we're gonna have to make do. So I'm on my last half double, and you're gonna switch the color over to your white color or whatever your back panel color is. And I changed the color now, and so I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. Now all that you're going to do is single crochet all the way down up to here, and I'll meet you at the end. Just to confirm, I am going into the regular V, just the top 2 loops. If you want to do it differently, you totally can. So I'm about to do my last one, and I want you guys not to forget that this one counts. To finish this row, you're going to chain 1. Now we're going to be working along this side. It might help you if you count how many stitches you have here so that we can align them. Keep in mind, in every corner, we're going to chain 1 so that it matches with the fact that this has a corner. Not including this corner and not including the chain 1, I'm going to start counting from here all the way to this last stitch. I counted and I have 39. You're probably not going to have the same number of 39 or however much it is on this, and that's going to be okay, because I'm going to show you what to do when one of your panels has more stitches than the other one. I would prefer for this one to have more stitches than this one, so that if there's any bunching, it'll be in the back. This one has 39 stitches, and The closest thing I could do is try to get about 5 in each box, 5 single crochet stitches in each box, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 5 in each box would be 35. And this one having a 39, I can definitely work with that. I would suggest start your sewing like right here, and then start the end the other sewing at like an equal distance, so that your pillow can stay on the inside. You're looking at the back side of the panel over here and the back side of this panel. I hope that makes sense. So I'm looking at the back side of this panel and the back side of this panel, and you can tell because you can see all of the colors running through. And I'm going to go into this chain 1. I'm gonna pull my yarn through. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm using my leg as a tripod. This is very difficult, okay? So chain 1, this is so ghetto, I'm sorry you guys. So chain 1 and then go back into there and go into the other panel, into that chain 1 there. And then we are going to pull yarn over and pull through, and you can slip stitch or single crochet. Here I'm going to single crochet so that the panels have more stretch if they need to stretch. I find that slip stitch can be quite stiff. So I'm going to pull through those and we're gonna keep going. So I'm so sorry that you can't really see what I'm doing here. And then yarn over and pull through. If your panel has more stitches than the other, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into this panel in front of you. Assuming that the panel that has more stitches is the white one, you're gonna go into this one in front of you. And then you're gonna go into the other panel. And you're gonna get ready to do a regular single crochet, and you pulled through. Now you're gonna go back into that exact same loop, but this time for the back panel, you're gonna not go back into the same loop, but go into the next one. And then yarn over and pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Go into your front panel, single crochet, and into the next, which is the regular one, as if you're just doing a regular sewing. But this time you're gonna go back into your exact same one, and this one you're going to not go into the same one, but go into the next one. Yarn over and pull through. You have 3 loops and then pull through all 3 loops. That is assuming that the white panel has more stitches than the other one. You're going to continue single crocheting all the way through to the other side here.